Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Mike, 315. 43. I'm coming for you. You mine.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb, because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
48 for Mike. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Mike, 48. Mike, 48.
Play action. It's Wilson. This one complete to Christian Kirk. 20. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Christian Kirk with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The extra point hitting the right upright, but it caroms home, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
Come on, man. Let's go.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Taylor. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Taylor. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Watson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
And it's 3rd down. 3rd and 14.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson. He'll let this go for the end zone. This is caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touch. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And able to find Kirk complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. A 1st down carry for Henry. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 7-7, our score after 1. On 2nd down, here's Henry. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
On 2nd down, Wilson. Pressure comes and Wilson's going to go down. Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season. 3rd and long, it's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
On second down and 4, Watson steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Watson on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. Now it's Wilson. Flushed out right. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. From the 39, Wilson. He's got Smith here. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Forced out to his left. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10.
36 power. Alert. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
They go play action now. Wilson rolling to his left. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes, and the Chiefs have taken the lead. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
4 down. 45.
To throw is Wilson. Throwing again. Flush to his right. And I think the ball's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Well, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit. Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
59 mark. Check, 59. Check.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Eluding the pressure right, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion, or even worse, an interception.
On 2nd down. It's Taylor. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Extra point from McManus is good. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal, give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
Wilson escaping the pressure right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Wilson going to throw again. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Throwing again here. Wilson. Flush to his right. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Wilson will throw again. Buying time to his left. Open man is Kirk, complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
45. Mike, 45.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. They'll roll him out right.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Again, Wilson sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Now Aldrich Rosas for the field goal attempt. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. So put 3 on the board. A little bit of a hook on the driver that time. Looked a little bit like you, Charles, over on the 8th at Windermere.
You know me too well, partner, except that he got his to hit a tree and kick back into the fairway.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to have really good starting field position here, as that's taken up close to the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
And it's 3rd down.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay.
Derrick Henry all alone. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Derrick Henry, 81 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes this a 9-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. On first down, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this will get out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So fortunately, they're able to hold on to the possession.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Better ball security, but not much else to show for it.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, here's Watson. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson rolling to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check three.
Go. Check the ball. Match 14.
Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on fourth. And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. To return is Taylor. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Now a first down throw. Watson being chased out left. Now he'll pull it down. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Taylor. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson flushed out right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them. Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack on first down, Wilson steps away to his left. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
He's coming. 31. 59.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson flush to his right. He'll run it. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Watson. Forced out to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 39. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 47-yard.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. Oh, up and over. Derrick Henry all alone. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. He's turning in a heck of a game. He's creeping up towards 200 yards, a pair of touchdowns now to go along with it.
There's so many things we can talk about in his game because we're seeing it all from him, but I love his vision. He's seeing the holes develop. He's seeing holes develop before they actually open. He's making sure he's getting to the right places, very decisive in his cuts, but his vision has been the key to all these big runs in this game.
And on that last long run, we got a pretty good look at his speed as well. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right?
And, my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 38. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Sharp move, but can't find much space. Dropped just inside the 20. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. Again, it's Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Rosas good with the extra point. And that will make this a 19-point game. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. On first down, Taylor. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. In for the score. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. McManus's point after is good. And that will get them one closer. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Not today.
Wilson wants to throw it. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Quit talking about it and work it.
1st and 10 at the 33.
They'll run on 1st down. Henry. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
14.
Now Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Kansas City, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Seattle, the loss knocks them from the ranks of the undefeated as they drop their first game of the season. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
But I wouldn't trade with you. Early I'm up. Yeah. I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright.